Hey, what's up, guys and gals of YouTube? I am the Omega One once again, and welcome to episode 7 of Smackdown vs. Raw GM Mode 2007. If you recall, off the last episode was this match right here, this match card. In the Velocity, we had Chavo Guerrero versus Chris Masters, and Chavo Guerrero picks up the win. Now, he lost the week before this to Gregory Helms with Shelton Benjamin in his corner by nefarious means. And so even though he technically lost the title match, we're putting him on Velocity to kind of maintain his popularity. And when he does come back over to SmackDown in the next 2 or 3 weeks to face Gregory Helms, once again, his momentum will go way up because he's getting these Velocity match wins on the pre-show, I guess you call it. Then we flip over to the main card. Batista gets a win over contender Triple H. Kane picks up a win over Matt Hardy in a momentum match for Kane to try to push him towards United States Championship, possibly later on in the future. Booker T gets the win over Johnny Nitro. He's also vying for United States Championship. And I've got Matt Hardy and Johnny Nitro pretty much locked in for the Tag Team Championships coming up at the pay-per-view. So I'm okay with them taking losses here because I intend for them to get wins later on throughout the weeks. Then we've got Rob Van Dam versus Carlito, and RVD picks up the win, also in the hunt for United States Championship opportunity in the future. Then we have Edge taking on Eddie Guerrero. Now, Eddie Guerrero has been on a losing streak as of late. As a matter of fact, he is unsatisfied. He has been losing so much. So we might have to help Eddie Guerrero out a little bit this week, this upcoming Friday Night SmackDown, just to help him get a little boost, because he is our only superstar right now that is not happy. And then we have the United States Championship match main event. JBL United States Champion versus The Undertaker. Now, you'll notice that there is a win on Undertaker's name. Now, although there is a win on Undertaker's name, it is because JBL got himself disqualified in order to hold on to that United States Championship. He's been on a run. He's won the majority of the matches that he's been in. He started off as a face. He won the United States Championship. He went into the Superstar Shakeup, the United States Champion, and came out the United States Champion. He's lost it, then gotten it back from Carlito, then retained it again, and he got big-headed with all the wins he's obtained, and turned heel when he announced an open challenge, to which The Undertaker answered, and JBL got himself disqualified. So we will definitely see more of JBL versus The Undertaker in the coming weeks, and probably at the pay-per-view as well. So we're going to come check our reports. Our Power 15, Triple H, our contender, firmly in second where he needs to be. Undertaker's bumping up. JBL's dropped 3 places, so he needs to come back up a little bit. Chavo Guerrero, and Matt Hardy isn't even in the Power 15 anymore after taking that loss to Kane. So we're going to have to do a little something about that. Let's see what Raw did to match. Well, they're utilizing the Big Show and Great Khali. Lita's the new women's champion. Rey Mysterio and Bobby Lashley pick up the win. Kurt Angle is our new Intercontinental Champion. And Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels are the Tag Team Champions. So they had 3 championship matches this past week. Interesting. And let's check the news right fast, just to see who won the fans, because to be honest, I don't outright remember who won the fans this week. We've won all but 1 week. Oh, they've got the fans this week by 90,000. So this is the 2nd week that they have beaten us so far. We've won all the other weeks of SmackDown except for 2, this being the 2nd one. So let's try not to make that a trend. So we're going to be in Tampa, Florida. Tampa, Florida. And it looks like I've already predetermined the match card. I might make a couple of changes depending on what we've got going here. That match, the main event, I will definitely keep that one. That looks good. Rob Van Dam versus Edge. I like the way that one looks. Eddie Guerrero versus Booker T. Carlito versus Kane. Yes, we'll roll with that. That is a rivalry that is going. So Cena versus Orton. That is definitely... If you want to beef up on the rivalry between John Cena and Randy Orton, all you got to do is watch episode 6, the episode right before this one, and you'll be caught up on all of the rivalries, all the storylines that we've got going right now. And then this one, this rivalry is starting this week, but it has been coming for the past couple of weeks now. Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy, the tag team, the staple, going against tag team champion Shelton Benjamin and tag team / cruiserweight champion, the only dual crown champion on either Smackdown or Raw, Gregory Helms. He is the man of the hour, and he has all the power. And Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy are looking to win themselves in to a tag team championship match. While we have Chavo steadily trying to build those velocity wins, so that way when we do bring him back over, he's got momentum, he's got the heat. We will make him face when he does come back over, because he's already been cheated several times by Gregory Helms and Shelton Benjamin. And it's been quite a story between Shelton Benjamin and Gregory Helms. You should go back and watch the previous videos if you haven't, because a lot of these guys definitely have quite some backstory all the way up to this point already. And we haven't even hit the first joint pay-per-view yet, and these guys already have quite the booking story behind them. So, we are going to skip this card right off the bat. We're going to go ahead and confirm this and sim all of it. Yes. Chris Masters picks up the win over Chavo this week on Velocity. Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy pick up the win over our tag team champions. That is exactly what I needed to see. They needed a win. Shelton Benjamin and Gregory Helms had the week off last week because of how much competition they've been in lately. So I gave them the week off. They needed the rest. And they come back, and Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy pick up the win. A win over the champions means you get to fight the champions. So we'll probably be seeing more development into this storyline as it goes on, now that they have legitimate wins. John Cena picks up a win over Randy Orton this week. I'll have to go back and see what the win-loss ratio between these two is so far. But John Cena picks up the win this week over Randy Orton. Kane picks up the win over Carlito. So Kane is about to... He's building momentum. He's on a 2, possibly even 3-match win streak at this point. Actually, I think it's a 2-match win streak. He's on a 2-match win streak last week and this week. So he's starting to really build up some momentum. And now we have, Booker T picks up the win over Eddie Guerrero. That's not good. Eddie needs some help. So this upcoming Friday Night Smackdown, he very well may be getting some help. We will just have to see. RVD picks up the win over Edge in his hunt to go move up the card into championship glory. And now we have Triple H and JBL picking up the win over World Champ Batista and the Undertaker. JBL needing the win. Triple H losing to Batista last week, picking up the win this week. I like it. I like it a lot. Undertaker, he picks up a loss, which he kind of needed this week. So that's good. So far, with other than Eddie Guerrero losing, that was almost perfect. Oh, and Chavo. We didn't want Chavo to lose, but the Ross, 140,000 they beat us by, and they had a WWE Championship match. Man, steel cage match. They're really pulling out the stops to pick up in the fans. Backstage brawl. They are really trying to catch back up, because we are dominating them right now. In the fan support, as you can see, they only have 4,310,000, so they've got a ways to go. But if they keep hitting matches like that, 140,000. They didn't have a first match. Handicap, Intercontinental, he retains. They retain. They had 2 steel cage matches. What? Shawn Michaels was in both of them. How's he not injured? I guess the CPU doesn't suffer injuries. And then we had a pretty solid, I would say that's probably about right, a 2.5, 3-star But I still don't see how they had 3.5 stars, because they didn't have any here. So let's put the total together. 2, 5, 7.5, 10.5, 13.5, 16.5, 5, 12, 13, 14, 15. We had the same amount of stars. I had a half a star more than them. How did they have a full star more than I did? Well, I don't guess it matters. Let's go to our power 15. Cena's up there now. Orton. Eddie needs help. Rob Van Dam. Undertaker. JBL came up one spot. Alright, they're both up in there now. Chris Masters is in there. And Chavo isn't. So Chavo's kind of needing some help as well. So, what we'll do is on velocity, we'll do a handicap. And it'll be Carlito versus Chavo and Eddie. And we'll put that on velocity. We'll go ahead and make the main event. Triple H and Batista. JBL and Undertaker. Give Undertaker a chance to possibly get some retribution on JBL. You know what? In fact, we'll even make this a backstage brawl. We'll make it a parking lot brawl. So this, technically, we won't even count this as an official match. This is Undertaker and JBL running into each other backstage, and the Undertaker and JBL then maliciously beating the hell out of each other in the Enneagram. So we're not even really going to claim that to be a match. That's going to be just a, as it states, a parking lot brawl. Then we've got match 4. Oh, whoops. Randy Orton, John Cena, and Randy Orton. And I am going to go back and check it. Let's see. Okay, he didn't. I guess I forgot to feature them on that one. So technically, John Cena is one up on Randy Orton because I forgot to feature that rivalry in the match prior to that. So, or in the week prior to that. So, whoopsie. See, Booker T is up. RVD is up, so we'll have Booker T versus RVD for this match. Then we'll have our tag team match. Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy versus Shelton Benjamin and Gregory Helms. But we'll make it a single with managers, and we'll hold off on more tag team action for the coming weeks, so that way the tag team aspect doesn't get stale. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do it that way. And then here we'll have Kane open us up. Where is he? Kane will open us up, and he'll fight Chris Masters this week. Chris Masters got a win on velocity, so we'll move him up to the main card, the first match on the main card, and see how he does. And if he gets the win over Kane, then he'll stay on the main card. And that can be a make or break for Chris Masters, since he hasn't done really anything since we drafted him over from Raw with Rob Van Dam, who I'm very happy that we picked up in the last episode. So, let's confirm match. Well, let's make sure I did everything right. Yep, okay, we'll confirm match card. Simulate. Alright, they got a much-needed win, both of them. That's good. They needed that. Chris Masters picks up the win over Kane and stuffs Kane's momentum while he's getting red hot. Shelton Benjamin picks up the singles win victory over Johnny Nitro due to some shenanigans. So this will definitely be heating up more as it goes along. RVD picks up the win over Booker T in his ever-tireless hunt to make it into the United States or possibly even World Heavyweight Championship. This is where the wins count, ladies and gentlemen. RVD's wins are going to push him. I may not be focusing him into a actual legit rivalry, but these wins are going to push him further up the card. So then we've got Randy Orton picking up a win over John Cena, so they're 1-1 now, which is good. JBL picks up the win in the backstage brawl over The Undertaker. JBL really needing the victory here, so that's good. And then we've got Batista picking up the win over Triple H. So far in singles competition, I think Batista has Triple H beaten. I think Triple H has only won the tag team match that I put him in. Focus in right fast. Yep. Okay. Alright, so the Smackdown rating. We got 3 stars. Let's see, Raw 4,310,000, SmackDown 5,690,000. Let's see who won the fans this week. No fan change. Alright, that's good news. So at least we're not going down anymore. That 140,000 last week, that was a hit. That's the most that they've hit us for ever since we've started this series. So that's really interesting. But no fan change this week. We've got Shelton and Booker T's contracts expiring. Booker T, we will give him a 5-week spread, Booker T. And Shelton Benjamin, he is on a roll right now, so we're going to give him a 3-month spread. 3-month spread. Let's see what other contracts we've got whittling down. I think the lowest one is 3 weeks. We got a bunch of 3-week guys. But none of them's pop, really. It's just all that super high, it looks like. Chris Masters, Chavo. Looks like Carlito might be the highest one out of all the 3-weekers. Kane, maybe. No, yep, Carlito is the highest one. So I'll go ahead and give Carlito. Let's see what he's upset. Oh, he wants a title shot. Alright, well, let's give him 5 weeks. We'll go ahead and throw him another 5 weeks. And Eddie Guerrero's content. He wants a title shot. So he goes on a huge losing streak, and now all of a sudden he wants a title shot. Johnny Nitro wants a title shot, and Triple H wants a title shot. Alright, so we have a bunch of superstars that are looking for title shots right now. 4 of them, to be exact. Reports, go to our Power 15. Okay, well, Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy aren't even in the Power 15 right now, so they don't even qualify for a championship match right now. So they don't get anything right now until they can get back on the winning side of things. Carlito and Eddie Guerrero, I'm not 100% sure about. Maybe. We'll see. But as for right now, we will have Triple H versus Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we'll have a title match hype for that World Heavyweight Championship. We'll have an advertising promo here. JBL versus The Undertaker in a normal match capacity. Perhaps The Undertaker can pull off a victory here. Maybe, we'll see. And then we've got our single with manager, and this time, instead of Shelton Benjamin, it'll be Gregory Helms, and it'll be Matt Hardy instead of Johnny Nitro, just like that. In fact, I might want to go check and see if I've even started that rivalry. I don't think I did. Alright, so I don't have a #1 contender rivalry going right now. So that's a little, So we will go with No Respect on the tag teams, Gregory Helms and Shelton Benjamin versus Johnny Nitro and Matt Hardy. I have not created this rivalry yet. 6 weeks, that's fine. Let's see, Undertaker, yep. And maybe a student turns on teacher, perhaps. You know what? I'm just gonna keep that slot open. Keep it open just like that, because our next pay-per-view after this one is SummerSlam. So we're gonna have a bunch of guys competing at SummerSlam. So there's no reason making a #1 contenders match for after the pay-per-view, because we're gonna have a couple of guys fighting. And I plan on weaving it in beautifully for those of you that have been watching all of the episodes leading into this. Rob Van Dam You know what? Rob Van Dam has been on a roll, so we are going to insert him into the Randy Orton John Cena match. Just like that. Or, better yet, well, no, you know what? Yeah, we'll keep it like that. Just like that. Alright, and then we're gonna have Carlito versus Eddie Guerrero. Since both of these guys feel like they deserve a title match, we're going to put them against each other and see who wants the title match more. And you know what? We'll even make it a ladder match. Whoever wins this match gets the briefcase. And by getting that briefcase, it guarantees that they'll get a future United States Championship match. Anytime after the pay-per-view, since our United States Champion is already fighting The Undertaker. So they will get a United States Championship match anytime of their choosing if they get this contract. After, of course, the pay-per-view, which is in 6 Smackdowns from now. So, we need to get there. Then we'll have Kane and Chris Masters in a rematch. And then over here we'll have Booker T and Chavo Guerrero in Velocity. Oh, yeah. Chavo. We'll have Chavo with Eddie over here. We'll have Chavo with Eddie over here, and we'll put Booker T in this Fatal 4-Way. Since he's right there vacant. And we won't use Velocity this week. And this will help give Eddie Guerrero the push he needs. Alright, confirm match card. Who will pull out best 2 out of 3 here? Kane picks up the victory this week. So it's a back and forth between Kane and Chris Masters in that match 1 slot, ladies and gentlemen. They are 1 for 1. And this could go all the way up to the Friday before the pay-per-view, just as a extra little bonus rivalry for us that we don't actually make as a rivalry. Just as a little extra, add a little bit of storyline for us here in the recording studio and for the ladies and gentlemen at home watching. Then we have Carlito. He's got Chavo in his corner. Now, if Eddie Guerrero loses this match, we'll say it's because he expected Chavo to help him with the cheating, and because Chavo is turning face, he cannot, and it causes Carlito to pick up the win. Or if Eddie Guerrero does win, we may even turn Eddie Guerrero face. So that way we'll have a face walking around with the contract. And him and Eddie could even start a thing with the Cruiserweight / Tag Team Champion Gregory Helms and Shelton Benjamin, depending on how Matt Hardy and Johnny Nitro do against them. So we're going to simulate this match, and Eddie Guerrero picks up the win, so we might see a Eddie Guerrero face change coming very soon, since we're turning Chavo face. Fatal 4-Way, let's see who comes out on top. Rob Van Dam. That's what I'm talking about. He's heading to the main event rather quickly, I would say. He's earning them shots, man. Alright, let's see if Matt Hardy can pick one up over Gregory Helms. He can and does. Matt Hardy picks up the win over Gregory Helms this week. Hopefully we'll see a Tag Team Championship match next Friday night on Smackdown. I can't guarantee anything because of the Power 15 and all, but hopefully that win nudges them just up where they need to be in order to fight these guys for those titles. We've got JBL and Undertaker in a normal singles match. Can Undertaker pull it out, or will JBL continue to whip that ass? Let's find out. Undertaker finally gets his hands on JBL in a normal match format and puts him down with the Tombstone Piledriver. And now we have the World Heavyweight Championship match between Triple H and Batista. Much anticipated. Triple H says, I can get the win over on Batista, and if I don't get the win this week, then you can replace me as the #1 contender. Since Batista is 2-0 against Triple H now, Triple H really needs a singles victory, and not only does he need a singles victory, but he could use a championship victory on top of that. Go ahead and skip that because I don't want to be copyrighted any at all whatsoever, and I know it's a thing, and I don't want to find out. I will be playing as Triple H, ladies and gentlemen, but just because I play these matches does not guarantee that I will win. I have lost twice with Randy Orton against the Animal Batista, and he was just overly dominant. He whooped me. There's nothing I could really say or do about it, and I even cheated. I did everything I could to win that match, and he still Batista bombed me 1, 2, 3. But we'll see how we do with Triple H. Alright, they're circling each other to start it off. Alright, Triple H goes. He goes for the kick to the midsection and the chop to the midsection. And then a kick while he's down, 2 or 3 kicks. Batista rolls over. Triple H goes to expose the turnbuckle while Triple H is down. He goes to toss him, but it's reversed. Kick to the midsection. Oh, and a reverse on the punch. Batista's trying to come back. Going for that turnbuckle again, and he doesn't get it. He goes against the ropes. Batista catches himself as, and a chop to the midsection. Triple H goes to pick him up, but Batista says no with a punch to the midsection. What a clothesline! What a clothesline! He went head over heels. Oh, and then a punch. They're locking up. Triple H goes for the reverse. Oh, and a DDT. He planted him. He planted him. Now Triple H going for the vintage knee drop. Oh, what a knee drop to the face. He goes to pick him up, but Batista says no. Batista going for the lockup. Oh, he tosses him down by his hair. And now he's going for the submission. Applying the pressure of that knee to the back. Really trying to drive it into Triple H. Triple H did not tap, however. He does look like he's in pain. Oh, and an eye poke. Batista goes to pick up Triple H, and he gets him with the eye poke. Oh, vintage Triple H, bringing Batista off his feet. And now he's going to work that leg. That leg he kicked out from under him. Now he's going to make him tap out with that leg. Really trying to keep the big man off his feet, but Batista says no with a reverse. Get off of me, sir. And they're going to lock up. Batista grabbing Triple H before Triple H can grab Batista. Triple H gets his bearings back. He's going to work that body, those arms and legs of Batista, taking the power out. Oh, he goes to pick him up, but a punch to the midsection. Pedigree! Pedigree! Triple H going for a pedigree out of nowhere. Oh, and he hits the mat hard. He goes for the pin. Will this do it? 1, 2. Kick out. Kick out. 2 7/8. That pedigree was not enough to put Batista down. That was not enough to put Batista down. Triple H now wondering what he's got to do, and a reverse kick to the midsection. And another reverse kick to the midsection. Triple H trying to plant Batista into that exposed turnbuckle, but it's not going. Triple H now in the turnbuckle. No, Batista. No. Triple H takes it and then reverses Batista as he comes charging. Going to work that leg he injured earlier again on Batista. He goes, he's got the rope break, but Triple H, he refuses to let go. He's going all the way. He lets go at 4. Almost making the 5 count. Needing to regain stamina, Triple H looks gassed. Uses the chop to knock him down, gets some more strength, and a takedown takeover. Triple H just trying to catch his breath at this point. Oh, and a reverse punch by Batista. That animal is not saying die in this match. And now it's the Animal's turn for the exposed turnbuckle. Triple H, what's he? Oh, and an illegal punch. And he's going for another pedigree. Another pedigree. I don't think the Animal has what it takes to kick out of 2 pedigrees. Rope break. The Animal gets his foot on the rope and gets rope break. It saves his hide. It saved his hide. Just at the last second. Oh, Triple H knocking down Batista.
But I can't tell you how glad I am that it did. That's for sure. You know, any time before this kind of
Triple H trying to figure out what he's got to do to put the Animal away. The Animal going for a shoulder toss, but it doesn't connect.
I think we're hearing the First Amendment in action here tonight.
Oh, Triple H brings down the referee. He brings down the referee. What's he doing? He's going for the chair. Oh, and he hits Batista with the chair. There's connection. He's wearing that chair out. He breaks the chair on Batista. Batista gets up and reverses Triple H. Batista took those chair shots. Oh, he's got the upper hand. He is hurting after those chair shots, but the ref did not see any of it. What's Triple H doing? He's going to the turnbuckle. He's going to the turnbuckle, and he connects with the knee. We have not seen this level of passion from Triple H in quite some time. He is taking out all of the stops in order to bring down the Animal Batista. And now he's giving him a little bit of the taunt, show him why he is the cerebral assassin, the King of Kings. But Batista says, no, I'm going to win this lockup. Triple H reversing again. He's going for the shoulder drag, trying to keep the power game off of Batista. You can tell Triple H is not... Oh, Triple H lets him up. He says, I've got one more point to prove. And he hits him with one more pedigree. He says, I've got one more thing to prove. I've got to end this with Batista's blood on my hands. And Batista busted open. Oh, and a rope break. Batista gets his foot on the rope. What does he got to do? 1, 2, 3. Oh, kick out. Kick out. He kicks out. Batista, the Animal, is not having it. He is not having it. He is making a full comeback, and I think the video time is about to cut out on me. Oh, a spear. A spear by Batista. He is not having it. He said, you are not taking my championship from me like this, sir. You are not. Oh, what a takedown. Come on, get up, get up, get up. Get up. Triple H doing everything he can to stay up. Is he going for it? Will this be the... No, it will not. A takedown. Could this end it? No, rope break. These guys are giving it everything they've got. 1, 2, 3. Finally, Triple H is our new World Heavyweight Champion. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the match. As always, I am the Omega One. Please give us a like and a subscribe, excuse me. And if you have any comments, please put them down in the comment section below. Goodbye and good night. Bang.